You begged, you pleaded, you voted for a game where I make tanks. I'm FeedBackGaming. I'm going to show you how to make the tank that will demolish the AI, demolish in multiplayer games, and make you the envy of all your friends. Never mind the greatest infantry division. Today, we unmask the greatest tank division. It is time for Tank Germany. Ooh, it begins. Doing something a little bit different? Yep, I am. We're going to be making mills from the get-go. Today, we're not going to rush Anschluss. We're going to play a little bit more conventionally, and we have to make a bunch of infantry. Standard opening is Germany. We're going to rush ourselves some medium tanks and standard opening. Oh, armor. I think I'll do a bit of that. Just a little bit. Production to begin with, a little bit of anti-air. We're going to work on some tanks. A little bit of air as well. You need a little bit mixed of a few different pieces for this to work perfectly. All right, let's go. 5-speed. Let's do this. Early Cryptology department. Good for a sea line. Cryptology for the UK. Activate the inner circle. Mobilize. Chief of the army. Army drill. That is a mighty fine bust of Mr. H. Details. And we are going to go for Mr. Hess, which gives political power. And it also gives you extra funds for your Mayos. For your plan. Standard opening. These are the bonuses you get for building military factories at the start of the game as Germany. See that? War economy, 20%, 10% for the advisor, 10% for MIFOs, 5% for your trade laws, 15% for the dam in these regions. You can build mills so quickly in these regions at the start of the game. All right, we've got XP now, so we need to design ourselves a tank. Click on the tank. We're going to go for the medium. Okay, we're going to focus on affordability to begin with, but we'll migrate and convert onto a more heavy, sturdier tank. So this is kind of your placeholder tank, and then you'll make your proper tank with the stats later on. So it's going to have a gasoline engine for speed. It's going to have a Christie suspension for speed, and it's going to have a 9 engine for speed. And do you know what? I'm going to do something a bit different. I'm going to go for the fixed suspension for the extra reliability. This is basic, but this is a shell, okay? Later, we will insert a very tasty yoke inside. Make a more meta plane. It's going to have double quad machine gun and a light turret. Construct the motorways, the Autobahn. How fast can you go on the Autobahn in Germany? Please comment below. What is the maximum speed limit? Oh, no, we're bringing back feedback quiz time. Autobahn done. Next up, build the Ruhr Dam. It's going to go here. So you know what we're going to do? Boop, boop, boop. And then you can build an insane amount of mills at the start of the game. We're also going to import a little bit of rubber as well from the Dutch. When you've got price controls, you click them all. This video is about tanks, right, Dave? Don't deprive us of tank warfare. So develop maneuver techniques and then adopt a new Panzer doctrine. There's loads of tank bonuses on this right side. Miles are pretty straightforward. All you want to focus on is speed and reliability to get the stats up on the tank. Then go for the ones that give armor. Then obviously the ones that reduce the overall cost. Panzer attack. Panzer attack. More Panzer attack. And this combined arms is pretty good too if you pair it with close air support, which we will. Let's begin. This video is about tanks, right? So make sure you've got mobile warfare. Easy. Offers are cool. Spirit. Motorization drive. This will allow you to make 3 tank divisions. In this case, we're going to go with the mediums. As you can see, motorized and mediums, 0 cost. Initially, more motorized, but then we'll balance out with more armor versus motorized. Save, and make 3 of those to begin with. I told you, the sweet spot is 3. Now you have to play the game of logistics. 500 days of guns, support equipment, 800 days, medium tanks, 300 days. That looks pretty good, actually. A little bit of air power here, getting a bit of air XP, and then a little bit over here as well. There's a way you can double down as well, because there is a branch independent spirit gives ticking XP, and then why not go for Mr. Hermann Göring, right? Better late than never. Anschluss. More of a historical one this time. The 1st tank division. Bit of a naked tank. Hey, but listen, the armor's okay. Better start somewhere. It's so tempting to make so many tank divisions that I'm like, that I've got 24 divisions. But I have to resist that because there's a chance if I don't break through the front line because there's not enough stats, I'll be stuck behind the front line. So we need to focus on stats. Stats. Medium tank. Now we need to go for breakthrough. And we need a howitzer for the soft attack. But ammunition for reliability. I'll add a few machine guns on it as well. Soft attack's always great. Now we need to import tungsten, and Sweden is always the first choice. A bit more chromium too. When we activate autarky and start gobbling up our neighbors, then we'll have access to those resources. This is the first game I've gone so crazy with spies. We have 6 of them, and I've gone down the full inner circle path, unlocking, well, almost everything. To add to the spiciness of this strategy, what I'm going to do is add on an armored maintenance company. Gives extra HP for the division, which is also good for tanks, because usually they lack HP. But the big reason we're doing this is that capture ratio, this 20%, which will massively come in handy for how we're going to pull off this strategy. Sure, there will be some aggressive attacks, but then there will be some other tactics employed to make it even more profitable. We have a separate army for the tanks. We're going to start the war with 12 tank divisions, which is a pretty good number. Okay, time for some action. I'm going to go for battlefield support because we're going to stack CAS off the back of this. Of course, mobile warfare for the tanks. Get that org up. Oh no, they say no. All right, it is time. So what we're going to do is assign control groups. 1 for the first 2, 2 for the next 2. You get the idea, right? There we go. Now we can 1, 4, 5, 6 on different control groups so I can individually micro them and individually move them. And there's also a little trick from the multiplayer community. If you make a field marshal front line and put them on the front line, but then don't assign them to that front line, if they're on the front line, they will gain planning bonus. You see that? That bar is going up, even though they're not assigned to an actual order. And of course, we've got to divide them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and separate them and divide them. Probably need logistics. There's always something I forget about. It is time. You double tap the 1 if you've assigned a control group. Then you can go here, then go here, and go here. You know, I think one of the issues with me is I used to really enjoy micro, and now I actually find it a bit of a chore. Let's see how far we go anyway. Big push. Off we go. We're going to do interception. Put the boys in the south on interception. See how many we catch. Yeah, good ratios. Go 3 speed. Oh my god, I'm forced to play slow. Oh no. Then again, we got this one guy here. I'm going to move him here. And then we get to make an encirclement. Remember, now when we make an encirclement and we kill the divisions, we're actually stealing equipment. Actually, quite a handsome amount of equipment too. Not just a little dribble. Quite a lot, actually. We push into here. Making a push into here. Right click here. Narrating this more than I would usually. But once again, I'm just illustrating how I make encirclements. Big push. And for the most part, I just chew through these divisions and push forward. So it's nice and easy. All right, same again. 1 here, another 1 here, another 1 here. Makes it really easy just to go through the numbers and just click, 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 click. The only issue is if you can't make the initial breakthrough. And I've got quite a lot of CAS, so we'll see how we go. Can help on the corners by trying to push into a different wedge and squeeze through the front line. Whoosh. We're going to go around the Maginot and at the same time working on... Do you know, I don't even think I need landing craft tech. I don't even think I even need it. However, the more advanced fighter would be useful. I feel like with Hoy, when you make tanks, there's so much extra things to micro, you know? And I feel like that slightly overwhelms me. That's why I'm kind of obsessed with battle planning with infantry. Doctrines, modern blitzkrieg. If you're not a manpower god on the left path, the right path isn't that great. Just gives more org and a bit more breakthrough. 3 speed, just chewing through the front line. Issues with supply can be an issue. Adding barrels onto your tanks can be quite useful in that circumstance. Split here, make a push here. Breakthrough, big push, cannot pierce. Whoosh. Low supply here really hurts you. It's one of the issues, you know, issues with terrain, issues with supply, issues with fuel. It's just usually when you make a lot of infantry, you have to deal with those issues. It's why tanks, even though they require a lot of babysitting, do tend to be a little bit more tricky to pull off. Because the divisions are quite big, kind of better to split them up and divide them up. Otherwise you have, well, you can see this traffic jam here. Choosing not to deploy our air here would be a lot easier to push into this region if we did have air power, but in this circumstance, I'm just going to try and do it without the air power. See how far we get, put it that way. I'm getting a little bit of enjoyment. Tiny little bit of enjoyment from making these encirclements. Just a little one. There we go. An extra tank division. Extra 5 boys. Go here and push. Reached the point already where I'm not microing. Oh dear. Oh well. We've got the heavy bomb. Now CAS really do big damage. The big bomb lock. Okay, now close the pocket. And I'm curious to see now, with me encircling, how much we capture. So it's about 2k to begin with. 3k. I'm going to close the pocket now. And it's about 5k. That's really impressive. No lie. Okay, what I'm going to do now is, because we've got so many, I'm going to expand the control groups. Because the division's so big, this is probably not a smart thing to do. All right, so 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. And then 1 here. Then another 1 here. See how we do just by right clicking. Let's see how far we get. You have logistics now. Very useful for a tank division because the supply is very high. Probably get rid of the artillery is wise. Engineers. Then recon is not even that useful for how we're playing. But we are focusing on speed, so let's do some logistics. Looks like a decent push. Yeah, very good. And they've capped anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Even managed to encircle anyway. Yep, Dave has entered that period of the game where he just likes to autopilot, and I think I'm already there. There is a high chance at this point in the game you might run into supply issues, but there's loads of focuses you can do to fix those supply problems, and I'll show you that in just a second. So first of all, you go all the way to the left path. There's the improved logistics system. Next thing you can do is invade Denmark to get that delicious bacon. Please look away, Muslim fans. Boom. Adding too many tanks to the front line, particularly if they're low supply, is not a smart thing to do, but I'm not a smart man. Pushing to lowlands with no air support. Combined arms, never mind, just all ground. And of course, we just chew through them like that. I'm going to do combined arms because tanks don't have a lot of defense anyway, so increasing the defense is not that worthwhile anyway. And there goes next up. Move everything by land. Build the railways. Air power. Cast strike. Well, naval strike. You get to take out a load of submarines here. A little bit of radar here. Yeah, so we can see what's going on. Now you've got the butterfront. This one, you've got a bunch of supply bonuses. 5% reduction of supply efficiency, supply range. Out of core supply. Thank you for the butter. Improve the logistics system. Plus 50% supply efficiency. To be honest with you, it's not the full 15% because you're just mitigating the penalty you start the game with. There you go. Supply in the German army is not very good. Why don't you just fix it? And it feels like it gives you the illusion you're making it better, but it's not really that better. Being that I'm not micro, and I'll probably bet off with Grand Battle Plan. Oh well. All right. Are you ready for the Belgians? Do I need air support for this? You know I'm not even going to bother with the air support. Mop them up. Is it enough? I think so. Yes, it is. And then go here. Then continue the push. Get a new front line and just attack again just to make sure we're in the right spot. I think I can pretty much autopilot this. Yep, the division is so unbelievably strong. I just steamroll them and walk over them. No Vichy France. We don't do Vichy France. How much equipment did we hoover up? 7,000 guns. The Battle of Britain. Naval invasion with tanks. That sounds quite silly. Yeah, why not? Bigger howitzer on the tank. More soft attack. Let's go. Hungary declaring war because I won't hand over Slovakia. Very silly. They made a push, they took a tiny bit of land, and now they're in full retreat. So this is meant to be a tank video, Dave. Oops. Well, we're not going to have any aluminium problems now. Thanks, Hungary. Navy. It's not massive, but it does the job. And that's what she said. Air Force. Bring them over and pound the English Channel. Off we go. The Battle of Britain has begun. Do you know what? Actually, this little naval invasion they made here in the south of France is actually useful. It's a great distraction. So I could just do my naval invasion and I think no one's going to bother me. Cass, the south. Naval invasion is very difficult with tanks. They have a big naval penalty. 50%. Quite bad that. Be about 80% if I didn't have engineers. Hence the reason why I went with engineers. One here. One here. Wait for the others to land. Got to micro very slowly. Then here. Then here. Then here. Then here. Rest of the tanks. Bring them over. Create a front line. Off you go. And I feel quite confident about this. We've landed at lightning speed once again, and now you've actually got your boots on the ground. There isn't big naval invasion penalties. There goes my navy. It was worth it. Grab Hull, and you have gotten Britain. How are we doing with the stats? Yeah, perfect. Surprisingly, Hull's actually difficult to break, but everything else is just crumbling. Ah, there we go. Never mind. Take everything apart from Hull. That's the second strategy. Ah, there we go. Capped. 100% for everything, so... Isn't it great when you're at a peace conference and you have 100% of the contribution? All mine. I wonder what the Germans' plans were to divide up the British Empire. Who's got the biggest navy in the world? Oh, you're not meant to gloat when you've got the biggest, but the biggest. Now we can go civilian oversight for everything, but then everything new. Oh, you can't do that. Okay. My understanding is that you could do... you'd have to manually change them all. Okay, we'll do civilian oversight. Fair enough. But now this land is all occupied and not in exile, we can do civilian oversight for everything. Don't forget about your doctrines. I know I always do. Wiped out the entirety of my fleet. Whoops. But we have a new fleet now. Yeah, that was quite messy. Whoops. The fate of Yugoslavia, annex it all. Oh, okay, that was easy. Let's fix the chromium problem, isn't it? Okay, now we need to fix the tungsten problem right here. You could go for Sweden instead. They've got a lot of tungsten. However, they destroy the mines immediately you invade them. So Sweden's got its little way, hasn't it, of getting its own way. I just realized I've taken out the UK. I don't even need Spain. Oh yeah, autarky achieved. Yay, autarky achieved. Doesn't feel like much of achievement, you know, and it becomes this easy. 2 tank armies now. Be ashamed to make so many tanks and not show them off, right? Yeah? And if you want to make the tank better, you know what you do, right? You've got to add on some mech. Squeezing out almost 50 tanks per day now. Don't have enough for the full invasion of Italy, but I think this will be enough. Send over the cast too. Will it be enough? Yeah, that's right. You know, like the way Hannibal sent elephants through the Alps? Well, the Germans did it many thousand years later, but it was tanks. The armored elephant. I feel so confident. I'm just going to right-click to the destination and just see if I arrive. I think we've overrun so many divisions too. I'm curious to see. We put it down to 1 month. Yeah, we captured 8,000 guns. We're losing a lot of guns due to resistance, but it doesn't matter because we're getting so many from combat. And snaking away. Breaking the mountains is going to be the issue. Okay, AI has done really wonky front lines here. Come on, guys. Pull your finger out. Yeah, infantry are just so much more easy to micro because infantry will perform on any terrain type. But like the tanks, for instance, they're just... I have to micro them. They're forcing me to micro, guys. Can't believe it. And also, the supply situation becomes a nightmare because tanks use a lot more supply. Guys, you see me make lots of infantry, and this is the reason why I do it. Now, a puppet did appear. Was it a puppet of me? Yeah, German Italy. Okay. Transfer the territory? Nah. Okay, we're going to go for the world record here. So we've got max collab state on the Soviet Union. We're going to stack those modifiers as high as they go. We're going to go with 4 full tank divisions. Max out the railways and the radar. Probably should do with a few air bases on the front too to max out that cast damage. Japan. No convoys. 0. Embargo successful. Oh dear. All right, we switched around. More tanks now. Less mechanized. Org is a little bit lower, but we've got the doctrine, so it's all good. Full mechanized. Hardness, 81%. Catched up on mechanized. Catched up on medium tanks. Exercising the last 3. You're about to see one hell of an invasion of the Soviet Union. I'm expecting this to be a complete cakewalk, but we'll see. Who knows? Who knows? Might be a little bit of a challenge there. Might be. A little one, not a big one. But we'll see. There we go. We're ready. Aggressive. And then we push. Lovely green bubbles. Oh, and we just absolutely stomp them. Oh, this is disgusting. My goodness. This should be censored. This is now an 18+ video. If I have a look at the casualties over the last month. No way. Wait, hang on. We captured 50,000 guns? No way. Yep, we did. And then their losses. Oh my god, we've run out of fuel. Yep, so boom. And boom. And Venezuela, Iran, Romania. All the good guys. Take away the Navy, I think. Put the Navy back into port. We've run out of speed because they've had to travel 1 kilometer per hour. And then if we look at the Soviet Union, 2 million losses. All of them to me. It's kind of sad, actually, is I've lost a little bit of momentum now because the lack of fuel means they've had to travel at a slower speed. But for the most part, that's in the bag, right? Moscow, Leningrad, and Stalingrad. And that means 97%, 99%. Realize I'm not even using my Cryptology reveal. And we'll use it at the very last second. They're gone. That has to be some kind of world record on capping the Soviet Union. How long was even that? Did anyone see the date? Disgusting. Yeah, when you stack the modifiers and you've got the military factories, it's pretty good. The only downside of this strategy, I'll admit, is you need a lot of mills early on to kind of meet the requirements. And it can be, this strategy can be made even better with mechanized number 3. And I've not even got all the techs for infantry weapons, so this could go even higher. If you want the full breakdown of this strategy, guys, check out Tactics and Templates video. And I'll analyze the templates and the vehicles and the modules and everything a little bit closer. They're all available in this video if you dig through the video enough, but if you want a little bit of a detailed breakdown from me, that video is available. And also, I'll play for another hour of this game too. I'll probably just take out Japan, China, and the United States. Who knows? Maybe I'll go for a world conquest. Who knows? Check out that video if that's something you're into. And if your name is on screen right now, you are a legend. You're amazing. Thank you for supporting me. If it wasn't for you guys, this channel wouldn't be still going, so thank you so much, guys.